Hey, what's up, Supreme Team? Welcome to the channel. It's your girl, DYANAROZAY, and I'm here to bring y'all the latest on RHOA's Drew Sidora and Ralph Pittman and an ex-Potomac housewife, Mia Thornton. Now, all opinions are alleged, but I am about to back it up, so let's get into it. So let's talk about Drew and Ralph first, okay? They got this divorce going on, and some of their court documents have been unsealed per Ralph's request to the court. A little bit of this court case played out a few episodes ago on RHOA, and Drew was dead set against this happening. Now, this tea is coming by way of Simone Redwine. She went over the divorce documents on her YouTube channel. You guys can visit her page for the full commentary, but I'm going to give you the short and skinny, okay? So Ralph is accusing Drew of hiding money and taking a high interest loan out against their house without his knowledge or approval. And then after all of that, child, she abandoned the payments, and the house is now in danger of going into foreclosure. Now, Ralph and Drew have been married for a little over 10 years, and there is no prenup. And Georgia is a 50-50 state. Now, again, if you are watching this season of RHOA, Drew describes Ralph as a gold-digging Tinder swindler. And she said that she has been completely open about her money and what she makes, while Ralph is hiding all of his money, and she has no idea what he makes and what he does with it. This is where things get a little questionable for Drew, because according to the filing that was unsealed, it's actually Drew who's being an undercover smuggler and hiding income, whereas Ralph has a whole spreadsheet about where the income comes from, how much money was made, the whole nine, for himself and for her. Ralph is reporting that when the two of them got married, Drew made him her manager. He did the day-to-day oversight, pulling contracts, making things were signed and filed, and all the income that was made under these contracts performed by Drew went into an LLC, and it was split 60-40, 60% going to Drew, 40% going to her husband, Ralph. And Ralph actually maintained a list of all of the income, like the movies, the sitcoms, RHOA, all of it. At the same time, he was maintaining his own career in the tech field and making about $200,000 plus a year. Now, Drew's salary is expected to be around $400K a year, which is double what Ralph makes. However, Ralph's salary is considered to be more stable, while Drew fluctuates. On the high end, it's $400,000, but it can dip. It could be $100,000, it could be $50,000, depending on the contracts that she gets. And that also includes residual income, like the work she did on The Game. Now, here is where things get ugly. Ralph is reporting to the court that approximately 1 year before Drew filed for divorce, she had closed that joint LLC that's registered in Georgia and provided a 60-40 payout for many, many years. She closed that one and opened two new LLCs, one located in California and one in Illinois. Then she redirected all of the income that was going into the joint LLC into those two accounts. Ralph is very familiar with the income because he filed their joint taxes every year, not Drew. So how she explains this to the court is going to be wild. Not to mention, when couples are going through a divorce, this is not allowed. It's seen as financial malfeasance. Ralph is accusing her of purposely attempting to hide or deceive her income. And really, it's his income too, because there is a history, many, many years of a payout. Now, on the show, Drew wants possession of the house. Ralph lives in the basement, she lives upstairs, and her lawyer went to court to get child support, possession of the house, and to keep those court documents sealed. And she was denied all three, and this may be why. Ralph reported to the court that his income from his tech job and the LLC paid the mortgage and almost all of the bills, which is estimated to be well over $10K a month. And despite the scene that played out with Drew asking Ralph to pay for the exterminator because she got a lot of stuff to do, and then she gets in the car, she bursts into tears about how she can no longer take Ralph and his BS. Well, y'all, according again to the documents, the judge actually ordered Drew to pay for the exterminator. I don't know why she would put that on television. I told y'all she lies about stuff that doesn't even require a lie. Now, I know we've been calling her an actress to help clean it up, but that's pure manipulation. And get this, y'all, because the judge is siding with Ralph being the main person taking care of the home and all of the expenses, she's giving Ralph more ownership of the home. Ralph only has to leave the house twice a month. Drusadora has to leave the house 3 times a month based on when the first day and the last day of the month falls. They don't rotate it. That's a permanent court order. It's also being reported that Drew filed unemployment with the state of Georgia during her downtime with RHOA. Y'all know they did delay filming when they brought Portia back. So it's being reported that Drew received a little over $4,000 during the break. And Ralph said that she is not being forthcoming about the business dealings around the record she made with Dennis either. So he believes that he's supposed to have a piece of that pie. And he is apparently under Georgia law. Now, the other thing that Drew said on the TV show is that Ralph was seeking alimony, but that isn't reported in the documents. What he is asking for is an equitable share of the assets. He's actually not even as slimy as Kenya Moore's ex-husband, Mark Daly. He actually wanted Kenya's house. Now, let's talk about this loan that Drew took out. She actually took out a loan against their house. Now, there's a lot of safeguards that are put into place to stop married couples from doing this type of thing. But according to the reports, Drew found a loophole, and it's being reported that she took out a loan shark, okay? She went over to Tommy Two Fingers and took out this huge loan against the house, using the house as collateral, and basically forfeited after a few payments. And because of that, the house is now in danger of foreclosure. She did this behind Ralph's back, without his permission, without his signature. And in an upcoming scene of RHOA, we are going to see Drew crying, saying that Ralph had her locked out of the house by the courts. So this might have something to do with it. We shall see. So right now, all of this is alleged. Drew is going to respond to this. It will be unsealed and for public viewing, and I will follow up with you guys then. But talk to me in the comments and let me know what y'all think about all of this. So let's get into Mia B. Lyon real quick. She went over on Carlos King's YouTube page and talked to Claudia, Justin, Carlos about how she made the decision to leave Real Housewives of Potomac because they made her look like a bad mother, a bad wife. They exploited Gordon's mental health condition and made her seem like she was juggling 2 dicks, okay? Ink and Gordon. If you watch 2 minutes of that season, you know that Gordon, Mia, and Ink were working together to get a paycheck. Or to get Mia a paycheck because she's the only one who got paid. And she was the only one who was exploiting her children, making it seem like her estranged husband was snatching the kids from a trusted babysitter and driving across state lines during a manic episode. Then 30 seconds later, she was drinking, laughing, twerking. It was like it never happened. Anyways, the fans called BS on Mia last night and made her run to her IG story to write a press statement. Here it is. Being called a liar by people who don't know the full truth is painful, but I've learned not to internalize someone else's misunderstanding or projection. I know my truth. I stand on it. Time reveals everything. Now, she's been very vocal about wanting to be on Real Housewives of Atlanta, but she just slammed production. So she also said, I'm holding myself accountable, not blaming production or anyone else. What aired was a false reality shaped by someone who was hurting and who chose to hurt me in return. One who admitted it was done intentionally. It's also clear, however, healing starts with honesty and with myself first. But clearly, she has no problem throwing Gordon under the bus, child. But y'all, one of my subs sent this over to me yesterday saying that they were looking on a website and found Mia and Gordon had to go to court for that apartment they were renting. You remember the one where she had the penthouse suite and Gordon had access to her back entry? Pause. Well, they couldn't keep up with the rent payments, so the landlord took them both to court. Now, Mia did admit that she was having financial troubles on the show, and she was going from apartment to apartment because she could not afford Potomac. So she moved. She moved to Atlanta, just like Giselle said, and had been living there the entire time and taking flights into Potomac to film. And I think she would still be on Potomac today if Giselle did not bust her out. I don't think it has anything to do with how production portrayed her, okay? But you guys, talk to me in the comments. Let me know what y'all think. Hit the like button, share the video, become a subscriber if you are not already. Follow me on all my platforms at DYANAROZAY. I appreciate every single one of y'all for rocking with me, and I'll see you on the next one.